Well, I just wanted to see a show that I just went from 0 to 100. So easy, right? Easy peasy. And the camera is still, oh, sorry, the battery is still charging. There we go, external charger. And 3 watts at the moment. Again, it doesn't really matter because as long as this is charging quicker than I'm using the mobile, then it doesn't matter if it doesn't go too quick. But here we have an empty battery. This one is charging at the moment. It hasn't been charging along. That's 3-4 minutes. But it's down to 3 watts at the moment. But again, it doesn't matter as long as this is done when the mobile is done, right? Anyway, I have 2 chargers if anything. Like I have another charger over here. Can you see that? That's another charger. Sadly, they're still using the micro thing here. Micro. So you still need an adapter from the USB-C to micro C. What do you call it? Micro USB. It's just whatever. These are wonderful. Don't weigh much, and they seem to be working. And apparently has the ability to charge things to 100%, and yeah, seems to work. The only thing that is this thing can move, so I don't know if I should put something in it. I don't want to ruin them, well, I guess I could glue at least, Anyway, there we go with the nonsense. This is bullshit. This is a nuisance, or a very annoying thing. Anyway, see here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Of course, I could check in regards of make a little graph, and in regards of charging the battery, doesn't really matter, So this front camera doesn't do good in the night, I don't know what this is, but it's not totally fluent. If I do make it die, I guess it is what it is. Video does a lot better. No, it doesn't actually do. Apparently not. Photo or video? Let's try. I didn't photo video. Let's try it. There we go. Much better. That's much better. Although it seems to zoom in. Guess you can't zoom. Nope. So I guess it's a smaller area, but if you take, that's not bad. I guess we can sit it over here. There we go. Yeah. And then we can have like the light over here. I guess that's not too bad. Yeah. I don't seem to have blue eyes anymore, but I was born with blue eyes. Apparently they have become more of a... Yeah, I'm not sure what color they are anymore. But they don't seem to be blue anymore. they tend to actually, well, different colors in regards to different, so I'm not sure what color they are anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I would need to ask people in regards to what colors my eyes are, because I have no clue. It's kind of an issue, whatever. There was a time when they were blue. Anyway, there we go, when you can just change the battery. Although it does go a little quick. I already emptied like 2 batteries, you know. So it feels like the mobile is emptying those batteries pretty quick. Now there we go again with the bullshit. What is this nonsense? Give me a break. This would be perfect if it didn't close the application down. But as it usually, programmers are full of bullshit and make stupid features which you can't turn off because you don't have administrator rights on the mobile, and that's already taking a lot of stars down from the mobile. So, but yeah, okay. Yeah, but besides, it would be perfect pretty much if it didn't close the application down. And it seems to actually keep it to, it doesn't turn the camera the wrong way and all that when you have it live streaming. So that's pretty good. Oh, well, it's 2 o'clock in the night. Yeah, I will have some more things to do to try to move the data over with the settings and all that, and sort that out. Israel Dance Festival final hours. IDF spokesman planned already approved to eradicate Hamas. I already know that.
Colonel Reserve Jonathan Conricus is joining us right now live as this is happening. International spokesperson for the Israel Defense Force. Jonathan Conricus joining us now. Thank you so much, sir. We're watching these hostages getting out of the vans and being transferred. Can you tell us more about this process and what you know?
Yes, hi, and thank you for having me. I hate to interrupt the general, but we are seeing positive images for the 5th day now. Israeli women and children, after 53 days of brutal Hamas captivity, are being returned home. Today we're talking about 10 Israeli nationals and 2 foreign nationals that are being returned, all of them women, no men. As you mentioned before, of the previous 4 groups of Israelis that have been released, 51 in number, not including those of today, we have torn families, women and children.
I don't know why, but they have a multitude of ambulances standing there. It's like 12 hostages, which, in regards of Israel.
We have torn families, women and children that have been returned, including those of today. Israelis that have been released, 51 in number. Of the previous 4 groups of Israelis that have been released.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I can't see, you know, there's probably more. It's like, it's just, it's like you have 12 people getting released, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, as you can see, at least 14 ambulances. And that's probably more, you know, I don't know, but like 14 to 12 people, it just seems like overkill. Like, why would you have 14, at least 14 ambulances to 12 people? Like, doesn't that like kind of, well, we just showed. Like, look at that. Like, you know, that's, it's like 14. You can see one of the ambulances there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have no idea what, you know, that if we have the same idea as here, there would be a lot, you know, a good amount of more, but who knows, you know, I can't, you know. Is there anything? I don't know, there's some lights over there. I don't know what that is, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ambulances at least to 12 people. Like, you know, you can see 12 hostages transfers to Israel territory, right? And you have at least 14 ambulance. I don't know. I just see a little overkill, you know, or maybe a little more than overkill, like 14. I would like to see from the other side, like, oh, you're kidding me? Oh my. Is that, you know, you gotta be kidding. I know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a 6 at least. So that would be 6 plus that's at least 16. At least 16 ambulances to 12 hostages. Yeah, I just doesn't seem you know, maybe they thought that there might be more, or I don't know. But it's just let's try again. You know, it just seems to be kind of overkill.
Yes, hi, and thank you for having me. I hate to interrupt the general, but we are seeing positive images for the 5th day now. Israeli women and
was there one more here, or let's see here, a little back here.
Positive images for the 5th day now. Israeli.
That's this one, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's at least 10 on this. So you have 10 here, and you had 10 over here, right? Yeah, that's 20 at least. 20 ambulances for 12 people. Okay.
Israeli women and children after 50.
Again, it's a little hard to see, but like, you know, you can.
Now, Israeli women and children after 53 days of day now. Israeli.
Like, you can, like, as far as I can see, that would should be around 10 here, and we know there's at least 10 over on the other side, so that's 20 ambulances. Like,
women and children after 53
there we go again with the camera. This is bullshit. This is a minus.
Days of brutal Hamas captivity are being.
And there we go. We get a little more shot of the
returned
of the
home.
Other side.
Today we're talking about 10 Israeli nationals and 2 foreign nationals that are being returned. All of them women, no men. As you mentioned before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that 11? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11. So that's at least 21. At least 21 ambulances to 12 hostages.
The previous 4 groups of Israelis that have been released, 51
Yeah, okay.
in number, not
what? I was like, what's that? Oh, that's in total.
including those of today. We have torn families, women and children that have been
I guess maybe they didn't know how many would be released. That might be the reason, but you know, that's a good amount of ambulances for 12 people, at least if they knew that there would only be 12. And as far as I would understand, they knew how many, but maybe not. Yeah, who knows? Okay. Doesn't seem to be much more of ambulances. Anyway, let's see how much power we've used. Yeah, 86% already. That's like 14%. Well, 13% because it didn't start on totally 100%, but 99%. But yeah. Okay, well. Kind of not working. Oh well. I'll see here.
Nearly 2 months after being ripped from their homes and torn apart from their families, freed hostages are returning to completely different lives in Israel. Some of them are waiting for other family members to be released. Others are just learning for the first time that their loved ones were killed by Hamas. Larissa Ward spoke with one father, Thomas Hand. You might remember him. He initially thought that his daughter had been killed. He was actually grateful for it because of what he imagined Hamas might do to her. Then he found out that she was alive. And now, 9-year-old Emily is home safe. And she is slowly sharing the details of what happened to her after she was kidnapped by Hamas on October 7th.
So Joe should be here in a couple of minutes. I'm like, oh, don't believe it. And all of a sudden the door opened up and she just ran. It was beautiful, just like I imagined it, you know, running together. I probably squeezed too hard.
It was a moment Thomas Hand thought would never come. Told his 9-year-old daughter Emily had been killed in the October 7th attacks, then that she was believed to be held hostage in Gaza. Finally, reunited with her family after 50 days in captivity, free but visibly haunted by her ordeal.
The most shocking, disturbing part of the meeting was she was just whispering. Couldn't hear her. I had to put my ear on her lips, like this close, and say, "What did you say?" And I thought you were kidnapped.
She said, "I thought you were kidnapped."
She thought I was in captivity.
And what has she told you about what she's gone through?
I thought she was in tunnels, but she wasn't in the tunnels. They were actually fleeing from house to house. She doesn't like it to be referred to as Gaza. She says the kufsa, the box. So you have to say, like, how long were you in the box? The kufsa. She said a year. And so, apart from the whispering, that was like a punch in the guts.
There's that one photograph right after your reunion, and you're holding her, and there is this sort of seriousness to her facial expression.
Yeah, she's almost staring, isn't she? A little bit of a disconnect with everything going on around her.
Has she cried?
Oh, yeah. Last night, she cried until her face was red and blotchy. She couldn't stop. She didn't want any comfort. I guess she's forgotten how to be comforted. I just had to wait until she came out of it by herself. And she knows how to do that. She's a very determined little girl, very strong. I knew that her spirit would get her through it.
There have been glimpses of the old Emily, happily walking the family dog Johnsy, but many moments of pain, like when Thomas was forced to break the news to her that his ex-wife Narkis had been killed. Does Emily understand what happened on October 7th?
Yeah. Unfortunately, she does. Had her second mum is dead, killed, shot. When we got back to the hospital, I asked the psychiatrist, what do I do? What should I do? What should I do? She said, you've just got to tell her straight. It's the best way. Okay. Yeah. That was very hard, because we told her, and her little eyes glazed up, and she just went, took a sharp intake of breath. Terrible thing to tell a child, but as they recommend that you have to close the book. Sounds cruel, but you have to stop that hope. So you've got to stop that. It has to be final. Our kiss is dead.
And so, what is the next step now? How long do you stay here? How do you start a new life?
The future is obviously get Emily back to health, and we will do that along the way. But the next thing is along the way is that we have to get all the children, obviously, all the women, all the men, all the hostages have to come back. They have to be brought back.
Now, Jake, you heard Thomas talking about getting Emily back to health. Now, she is in good physical condition. There's no indication that she was physically abused in any way. She lost a lot of weight. She was very, very pale. She said that they didn't have enough to eat. But obviously, there is the psychological component here. The very fact that she was only able to whisper because she's so frightened of raising her voice. He said that the only word she appeared to learn in Arabic was the word for be quiet, which gives you an indication of the fear that she was. He also talked about how she has very bad head lice. All things considered, she is in reasonably good health physically. And one other important thing, when he talks about bringing the hostages back, he's very focused at the moment on the mother of Emily's very good friend, Hilla. This is the girl he had gone to the play date with. She had gone to the play date with, spent the night with, was kidnapped with, was held with, along with Hilla's mother, Raya Rotem, who acted like a second mother to her. And then inexplicably, at the last minute, 2 days before they were due to be released, Raya was separated from Emily and Hilla. You can imagine Hilla was released with Emily, and the anguish that she is going through now, being separated from her mother. And this is a very important point for Thomas. He says going forward, we need to keep fighting for all the hostages, but particularly for Raya, and try to get to the bottom of why it was that she was separated from her daughter just ahead of their release.
Well, okay. So I guess the hostages are getting released, and then we have more. We have the IDF spokesman, but you know the camera works pretty good if it wasn't closing down. I don't know if there's any way to not have that. I can write them and ask them to update that, but I don't know if they're going to do anything about it, because you know that's typical. Maybe there's some kind of application that can do it, like stop them from closing down. So here we have the box for the mobile, and the, you know, like this huge gigantic of different other kinds of languages than English. Like this, I've cut all the non-English out. There's only a couple of pages in regards to the mobile. Apparently the biggest thing was in regards of in Italy, you know, but anyway. Probably on the internet, you know, but it's just waste of paper, I guess. Not like the good old days, but anyway. I have the box. The box does not include travel adapter, power adapter, nor earphones. Associaries sold separately. Is that the only things it actually has to say? Yeah, it seems so. So I guess I can just pretty much throw that out if I need it. And the manual is just, that's the only thing that is in English. Couple of small pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages, I guess. Yeah, that's all. I don't know why the Italian was so long compared to the rest, but anyway, a little more info clearly in Italian. Okay, so far so good, I guess. Yeah. So I'll try to get the data over to the computer and see how much I can in regards to the applications from that or the mobile. And yeah, I guess this will be my new mobile. And besides just closing the camera down and all that and sucking the battery dry like very quickly. Incredible, like 75% already. Yeah, I haven't had this mobile turned on for that long, and like 1/4 are already used. It's like it's literally killing the batteries, you know, like very quickly, you know. So I guess that's how it is. Anyway, like it's themes. Wasn't it like a payable thing in regards to the icons? Maybe not. I thought they were like a triable. No? Okay. But yeah, it makes these, yeah. No. Okay. It's incredible how cold it just incredible. Anyway. Yeah. Like small icons inside of it. Stupid. Yeah, this is like, look at this, like, stupid. The icons are just inside. Yeah, that's so stupid. Oh, what was that? Oh, my stuff, okay. And here you see like a full icon, it seems. Full icon at least. Here we have like a full icon too. Well, not totally full icon because they were more square in the old days, but and this in the thing in the middle was, yeah, what can you do apparently? It's interesting that this is allowed to be so big. Well, not sure, at least closer to the. Every single other one is rounded off. So how did they actually get to? How did that one application get to this one? How did that actually get to have a bigger field? Like every other seemed to have this rounding except this one. So, and my favorite icon gone. Not even sure where it is anymore in regards of the. I was like there's a something to look up things. Oh yeah, Word Web. They just changed the icon. Disgusting. Preparing database. I use that a lot.
Welcome.
I wonder what I used it for in regards. I used it a lot. A lot. Very much a lot. Haven't used it much the last, yeah, well. BS, that's a player. It's like a mess. It's a huge, gigantic mess. This is a browser. Huh. Yeah, it's and I guess you can, no? Yeah, you can put them in. Yeah, like that, okay. So I guess you can put all the icons in, you can like have a double thing, so you can have it here and I guess on this screen, just stupid, you know, when you only need one. Right here with Kiwi browser. And I guess when I reinstall a lot of the applications, they will probably, like here we have a browser. Doesn't really matter in regards to sorting things, because when I reinstall it and try to see if it can actually remember the, the data points, all the settings and all that, they'll probably be messed up again. Yeah, that's in regards to Greek. PC mark,
Of the previous 4 groups of Israelis that have been released, 51 in number, not including those of today, we have torn families, women and children that have been returned, fathers who are still in Hamas captivity.
So, Jonathan, we note that the youngest of the hostages that were released today was 17 years old. A lot of the hostages are elderly folks. I believe the mother of one of the young hostages, was released today as well. But there are so many. If you say that 51 released prior to this, that's a total of 63. But Hamas was holding 239. So that still leaves more than 150 hostages in Hamas captivity. And one of the big questions is, Hamas seems to be playing this idea of a ceasefire or pause in military operations, however you want to characterize that, for all it's worth here. And if you've still got 150 people left, and you're releasing them at a rate of 10 a day, that's another 2 weeks at least that they could try to hold off military operations by the IDF in Gaza. Do you expect that that is the way that it's going to go in the days ahead?
You are very correct in your analysis, I think. And what we're looking at, this current framework has a 10-day limit to it. So we understand what Hamas is doing. If Hamas would be able to do what they wanted, then I'm sure that they would release only one hostage every day. Part of the negotiations that went on, a lot of negotiations with very important American input by the president himself and of course his team. We put it at a minimum of at least 10 live hostages per day in order to have another day of pause in our activities. But there's a cap of 10 days for the current framework, and if we want to expand that, then that has to be renegotiated and voted on again by the Israeli War Cabinet. So what we're doing in the IDF is, of course, facilitating these very important moments. Each and every Israeli that is brought home to safety and to be reunified with their family is a beautiful thing, the best thing I've seen in the last 53 days. But we are preparing for the future of operations. Plans are already approved and ready to be executed to continue to fight and to eradicate Hamas wherever Hamas is, in and outside of the Gaza Strip.
Lieutenant Colonel, we also have up right now live on our screen where the hostages were being turned over to Israeli custody to now the Ofer prison in the West Bank, where we know the Palestinian prisoners have been detained by the Israelis. Can you talk a little bit more about this process and the exchange of the hostages and the prisoners and what we will see in the coming minutes and hours, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Israel has been forced, as part of the negotiations, to free convicted felons, prisoners, some of them with blood on their hands, some of them who did attacks against Israeli military personnel or against civilians. Up until now, we've been talking about women and minors only. Hamas wanted that kind of alleged parity between our women and children that were taken from their homes on the 7th of October and Palestinian women and minors who are offenders, who are now in prison after a legal process, after they either tried to stab soldiers or civilians or threw rocks or were otherwise part of illegal activity against Israelis. So what we're going to see is the release of today's batch of Palestinians. They will be returned to Judea and Samaria or the West Bank, where they come from. They are not from Gaza. And Hamas is, of course, claiming a victory. If you see the victory parade that they're doing in various Palestinian cities, you'll see very few Palestinian flags, lots of Hamas flags. And that is a worrying sign of Hamas growing and strengthening in Judea and Samaria at the expense of the Palestinian Authority.
Lieutenant Colonel, as we pointed out, we're looking at pictures of the 10 Israeli hostages who were released today. In addition, as you pointed out, there are 2 foreign nationals. Do we know which country they are from, or countries?
Yes, as I understand now, this is still unconfirmed, but according to the pictures and the preliminary information, and I want to be cautious, these are caregivers who lived together with elderly people, elderly Israelis, and they are from various countries. I'm afraid they are not American. If that, I suppose that is part of the question. But I understand that there are foreign caregivers who are also taken, held in captivity without even being part of any conflict or anything. They were just taken, and they are now being returned. I'm of course happy for them and for their families, and I'm very happy for Israeli women who are now being brought back to safety in Israel.
Lieutenant Colonel Conricus, again, thank you so much for your time and joining.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Okay.
To drink Vinho Verde in Lisbon. I want to go there by night train, wearing a leopard patterned pyjama in a compartment full of strangers. I want to have oranges for breakfast and know exactly where they come from. And I want to know that the workers who picked those oranges got paid for it. And I want to know that their children are going to school whose teachers went to university regardless of how much money they have. I only want to see guns when they're carried around by members of the army, or tiny plastic versions of it, filled with syrup. I want to remember Srebrenica and read in one of the hundreds of free news outlets that its generals were prosecuted.
I don't know what I can use that for. Well, of course, it's recording as well, so. Oh well.
I want to get stuck in a traffic jam and miss an appointment because people are holding a bike manifestation. I don't ever want to smoke weed, but I want to know that in Amsterdam, I could. And I want to have windows that I can open. Europe learns the hard way, not once, but twice. Only fools and Douglas Murray would give up these lessons learned.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anything, for starters, in Flavia's speech that you agree with?
There wasn't very much in it. What I mainly got was an I want list, followed by a set of claims and rather presumptuous insults. It was hard to find any meat there at all on the bone. That might be because it's rather hard to find any work that Flavia has done other than a tiny campaign in a tiny country. By contrast, of course, it's obviously very much the case that she's read and absorbed everything I've written, which is why she's so happy to be so insulting when she meets me almost in person. So no, there wasn't very much to pick up on other than the rather ill-spoken, ill-lettered and rude attempts to attack me. And I'm sorry about that because I think that it demonstrates her own personal failing as much as it does a failing of the cause that she would like to lead before she got tired and decided to get out. And that is to say this, it's a shame that people like her refuse to engage on any of the important terrain. So much of my time in recent years has been spent engaging with serious actors with serious reputations, not people like Flavia, people who have spend their life working on these issues and have made very successful political careers, for instance, from doing so. I've always noticed, wish to engage on the serious terrain. When I speak with leading politicians across Europe, who I happen to disagree with, I find that the most important and impressive ones do not get up and read budget lists of what they'd like to do and then insult people. I find that they try to, for instance, understand what other people are thinking, and particularly try to understand what the public might be thinking. For instance, they might try to work out whether the public is sometimes trying to tell them something, and whether the public who they disagree with might not in fact be onto something on occasion. After all, it's very easy to draw rather comfortable lines around yourself and your own ideology, such as it is, and declare that everyone on the other side of it is, for instance, an evil populist, or what is it, a fool? That's right, a fool. What an amazing way to speak about somebody else to their virtual face, and what an extraordinary way to speak about majority population votes in our continent. I see very little likelihood of anyone like Flavia, for as long as she remains in the public eye, being able to achieve anything much, because she keeps dismissing the public, and the public tend not to like that.
Whatever. Okay. That didn't really, whatever. Wasn't in really anything. That was just a waste of time, you know. Well, what a waste of time on nonsense. Anyway. Well, it seems to be still recording and all that, so that seems to be going pretty good. Yeah, and I guess it doesn't really matter in regards of sorting this out, because of course it will just mess up again. But yeah, whatever, you know. Who needs games when you can like do it again and again and again because of absolutely insanity. I'll be over here in regards of music. This one that would also go to music, pretty much. Yeah. Okay. Tracker, MX player, probably for something for deletion. Like MX player. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't really know what it is, really. Well, it's a player of some kind, of course. I'm not sure why I have it. Well, maybe because of Total Commander not working as it should. MPV, that's another video player that I also had, I guess, because Total Commander didn't really work. So, now we have some music thing here. That'll be right here. Chord shift, also some music. This is stupid, you know. My Pro, that's the one we need to have in regards of. There's two of those. There we go, alpha backup. That's the two we need for seeing if we can restore some of them with the settings. So you don't need to set it all up again, but yeah. Apparently Google didn't do much of a good job to actually salvage things. We have messages, phone, and we have some Samsung messages. We have like messages and messages. I guess this messages is another application. No, this is a Google application, okay. whatever. So which one is better? And like, I don't know. Oh, allow, whatever. Okay. Okay. So this Google is normally as set as default. I guess we can always turn it around. Okay. So, I have no, there's like a lot of things I don't know what is. So, lots of things we can uninstall, like Chrome, should be Gmail, whatever. Microsoft. YouTube Music Tips. DuckDuckGo. What is this? Is it just a direct link for DuckDuckGo in regards to Chrome? Let's try to see if this is just Chrome. Let's do it. What is this that does? Okay, set this. Oh, it's the browser DuckDuckGo, apparently. I guess. Let's try that. That's just a stupid feature. I'm not sure if this was actually installed. It's probably actually coming from my other phone. This is a browser anyway. I think it might be coming from the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 browsers. Well, this one can come. This is like a system app. Not sure where. Oh, whatever. Oh, we have this one is a player. Where is that? Didn't you have that like someplace? I don't know. Should be a page somewhere. So as I recall, oh maybe okay, it was the page. Okay, there we go. Yeah, stupid me. F-Droid. Guess that's over here. Something like this. Play Store, Play Books, whatever. Well, this would be like down here. Oops. Hebrew Libera, ProShot, that's the camera. A camera app, at least one of them. This one I should delete actually because Total Commander is working, so. Zoom is like a chat thing. Well, anyway, tomorrow, I guess. And my main browser, Finnick. Good old Finnick. There we go. Oops. You gotta be kidding me. I just want to put it like, there we go. We have some camera app. Hebrew Flash. I was like, yeah. One call application, another call application. Guess we don't need this one anymore to hack the planet, you know. Oh well, I had like 54% of the battery is only left. Like this is a sucker, you know, just sucking the battery dry, like just incredible. Didn't I have like where did the car game go? I don't see the car game anywhere anymore. Apparently. Microsoft. Oh. Nope. I'm pretty sure I didn't uninstall it. I don't seem to be able to find it. Okay. I don't know. As typical nonsense happens on the mobile. Yeah, in a way, that's all. May Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth be in us all. Amen.